morning to one and all present here. Myself, I am Dr. P. Sivashankaran, currently serving as Associate Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Manakula Vinayagar Institute of Technology, Pondicherry. Today we are going to have some of the basic fundamental information on industrial robotics. Specifically, we are going to see about material handling systems in robotics application. And this is my proposed agenda. First, let us discuss about the fundamentals of material handling overview, use of robotics in material handling system. What are the general considerations to be seen while defining a robot system within a workplace? What are the different types of material handling robots that are widely used in industries? Some of the case studies in material handling using robots, and final conclusion by considering all the basic inputs, starting from the basic introduction, various types of material handling robots that are used in variety of application, and physical consideration regarding gripper design, the payload capacity, etc. So all these things we are going to discuss in the next few consecutive slides. Let us start with the overview of material handling. So what is the importance of material handling in factory operation? So the material handling is nothing but moving the components or raw material or finished item between the source and destination with the help of some automatic device. So in this presentation, so I have considered the robotic machines are going to be placed as a major role in material handling operation. So the material handling robots will do the complicated job and also medium simple job in more repetitious manner in the production line. So the material handling robot enhances the quality of the work by maintaining the flexibility and also consistency in doing the job. The main purpose of material handling robots are improving the throughput time, that is the overall production completion time we can able to maximize by maintaining all the following three the characteristics, say quality, flexibility and continuous improvement. As a whole, we can able to simplify the hazards, that is ergonomic hazards of worker. So we can reduce the work burden of the human worker by simplifying the ergonomic constraint by equipping the robotic machine for material handling operation. How robots are used for material handling application? These are some of the general the list of classifications that are given here. So normally it is used for material transfer and the loading and unloading application. The next one, it can able to shift the material with the help of the mobile robot navigation system from one location to another location. How robots are used for material handling application? Following the further continuation are listed out here in the present slide. The following are some of the points are considered in this slide. So the first thing, maximizing the productivity of an organization by going for automation. Next thing, reducing the floor space area. And third one, improving the highest standards, safety standards. So these are the three major reasons for material handling application. going for automation principle. The general consideration while designing the robot system are given here. The following are some of the points to be considered while lifting the material or transferring the material before loading onto the machine. So first thing is part positioning and orientation. Okay. So how to position, hold the part with the help of the gripper, and what are the different axis movement the gripper has to be positioned. Next thing, comfort handling of part. You have to select a proper design of gripper for easy handling of part. Okay. Then at the same time, consider the minimum reachable distance movement, that is arm distance. Okay. The distance location between the robotic arm and the work area should be attached very close to it, such that we can able to cover the quick reachability minimum area in order to place the object into the machine. Then work cell, that is robot work volume is nothing but work cell. What is the optimal work area to be used for mounting the different type of robots for doing the material handling operation? Then assessing the weight capacity of the robot, then accuracy and repeatability in executing the different operations, then what type of robot configurations are required. Example, say SCARA robot, Cartesian coordinate system, polar coordinate system. These are the different configuration of robot. According to the field area, we can able to implement based on the needs. Now let us see the application, some of the general applications, different field of usage in which the material handling robots are used. First one, part transfer application. So this kind of robot is said to be a simple linear, a Cartesian coordinate robot. So it will have only less movement. Okay. So it has to take the part in orthogonal axis, either Z, X as well as in Y coordinate direction. So all the orientation of the part are positioned to linear motion. So while doing such kind of part transfer operation, so we can able to improve the accuracy and precision as compared to the human worker without making any flaws. So the automated part transfer operation will maintain the level of accuracy and precision in repeating the same operation for n number of trials. So this is one example for a part transfer robot, industrial robot. The corresponding technical specifications are listed here. The most important thing we have to see: number of axes, payload capacity, minimum reachability distance, and the overall self-weight, body weight of the robot, and what type of control system it is used, and how you are going to position the robot either on the floor or on the ceiling. Okay, these are some of the technical specifications that are listed. So normally the material handling robots are worked, are being worked depending on the two technology. One is end of arm tooling and another one is machine system. These are the two available technologies, so that make the part transfer as well as other allied material handling operation more easy and effective manner. So the material transfer robots are normally used for part removal as well as for part loading. We can able to do all the operation using single robot also based on the need. The next application, packaging. Packaging robots are more flexible compared to the material transfer robot. It can able to adjust the end item in between the two gripper to be holded using end of arm tooling method. So we can able to reduce the labor cost by increasing rate on investment by considering the productivity improvement. So this is example for packaging robot, same like material transfer robot. So these kind of robots are said to be high speed with a compact design and also built-in collision avoidance. So it will try to detect the obstacle nearby work area. Accordingly, it will change the path movement in different axis system without hitting the object. Next operation, palletizing operation. So industry palletizing that refers to simply loading and unloading the parts. So we can see many industries like food processing industries, manufacturing, car, automobile manufacturing industries, and shipping. So these are the various companies where we can do palletizing with the help of the robot system. So like packaging for palletizing also, we have separate dedicated assigned robot for doing the palletizing operation. So the machine loading and tending. So machine loading means inserting the part into the machine in order to process the items into a component. Whereas machine tending, it is nothing but feeding the part in and out when after completing the operation at every process cycle. So it is one of the very difficult job. Humans cannot able to do more effectively. That may lead to injury. So to overcome such sorts, so we can equip industrial robot to do such machine loading and tending operation. So Fanuc is one of the simplest model used for such kind of a job like loading and tending operation. Types of material handling robot. So in the next section, now we are going to see about different types of industrial robot. So consider Kawasaki robot. They are the leading supplier in industry robot with the various product categories as described below. So these are the different series number, the model number that is given to various application, varying from R series, B, C, X, and Z series. So here we can look at the payload capacity, that is lifting capacity, as well as the reachability distance of the arm. So are differently varying from one series to another series based on the design and aesthetic look. So you will see randomly under each classification. First, let us take R series industrial robot. It will have a payload capacity only 3 kg. So these are considered to be small and medium lifting robots. The arm reachability maximum distance it can able to travel up to 300 to 620 mm. So the common application area are listed here. So it is used in assembly plant, material handling, material removal process, okay, even sealing and dispensing. So these are the different application in which we can use such a kind of a small medium type robot depending on the payload constraint. Next one, optimized spot welding robot, so which comes under B series category. So the maximum payload that ranges up to 100 kg. The reachability distance of the robotic arm from work cell to the home position from the origin point is about 1634 mm. So the common application, it is used for spot welding and friction spot joining. The other application is quite same. It will also do material handling, material removal process along with the primary operation, the spot welding. Then Z series robot, it is said to be a heavy duty robot which will have a wide range of movement, arm movement. It is dedicatedly used for spot welding as well as for material handling. So now the next segment, we are going to see some two different case studies, how the robots are used for simplifying the material handling operation. Let us take the first case study. Consider an automobile, the wheel assembly system using PLC controlled industry robot. First, let us understand the description of the problem. So here, the current method of loading the wheel in an automobile is performed by human operator through manual approach. But in order to overcome the constraint and also the time consuming problem, the PLC robots are said to be one of the efficient solution to minimize the human effort and also the productive time and energy. So there are many challenges involved to load the wheel by applying automation. So following are some of the things that are discussed here. When the car is moving in the conveyor line, the arm of the robot should be positioned between two direction axes, X and Y direction at random speed. So therefore, automatic loading system is suggested to track the motion of the car accurately. So with the help of the sensor, the robot has to accurately detect the movement of the object, which is kept on the conveyor line, moving conveyor line. So an intelligent the vision system is required to undergo such complicated assembly. So this is a conceptual design, a proposed methodology that is described here. So the system comprises of 7-axis robot with a sensor, electronic control unit, and a conveyor. So initially, the car position is being tracked by infrared sensor, and the wheels are randomly loaded into the station using the robot that picks the wheel in required position and being oriented by the grippers by moving towards the car, moving the wheel towards the car to position it. So the next slide, which gives the mechanism physical illustration, with the help of the picture, you can able to understand how the gripper is positioned towards the wheel to pick the wheel from the bin. And in the next picture, so lifting up the wheel from the bin with the help of the gripper, and it is going to be oriented in order to fix into the car axle, right? So to perform the assembly, the robot has to be controlled in order to approach the part, moving part. So hence, force is applied with respect to the Z-axis of the robotic arm to control the motion of the robot to perform the wheel loading process. The outcome of the case study. So in this work, the automated wheel loading system is developed based on the visual inspection and also the force control method. Visual inspection is nothing but tracking a 2D image, the motion of the car moving in the conveyor using image recognition technology. And the experiments were carried out successfully by demonstrating the developed technology used for wheel loading purpose. And also the huge amount of time and energy can be saved by using such innovative technology that will have a great impact in the automobile industry. So this is the proposed outcome of the case study. So the next case study, number 2. So a different application, the material handling application using robots. Consider a CNC machining center. A component manufacturer is in a need to purchase a CNC machine tool for processing variety of parts. So they also require a robotic machine from Yashikawa Motor Man, the supplier of robot, different kinds of robot automation. So in order to maximize the return on investment, so they decided to purchase a robot automation system from Yashikawa Motor Man. So what are the challenges? First thing, the floor space, we have to limit the floor space within a less span interval. So the constraint given here within 21 square feet area, so the entire operation has to be limited, involving both the CNC machining center as well as the availability of the robot automation system. So what is the different type of robotic application that are required? So as a solution, so highly flexible integrated mission system, which will able to do the multiple variety of operation, say pallet storage, okay, end of arm dual gripper system with the pallet lifter. So these are the things, features that are required using a 7-axis robot, industrial robot. So let us understand the process, how that is carried out within a CNC machining center using a dual gripper mechanism. So every CNC machining cell will have up to 10 pallets to store the material after completing the operation. Each pallet will hold the part to be placed in required position. With the help of the dual gripper mechanism, the robots are used to place the part and also load into the machine tool where it is clamped and machined. The main objective of dual gripper here, one gripper will be loading the part into the machine. Another gripper will be unloading the part out of the machine after completing the operation. So we can able to save the time by combining identical operation in one single robot. So that is the optimization, the approach we can able to use in the robotic arm design using multiple gripper by simplifying the operation. Outcome of the case study, the present case study. So here the solution meets the exact project demand expectation for both machining center and also the industry robot that is discussed here in the case study. The compact robot that keeps the complete system within the minimum footprint requirement. That is nothing but within the minimum work area uh, as per the layout requirement. It is able to meeting out the constraint. So the conclusion of the presentation. So we have seen what is material handling as an overview, and we have discussed some of the important consideration in material handling robot and the different types of material handling robot along with application and a few industry case study. So with this input, I conclude that the material handling robot plays a more important role in various plant operation. It improves the human difficulties in performing the task within a less span of time by improving the fastness. So once again, I conclude that the material handling robot plays a different role in doing various plant operation within the industries. So it improves the human difficulties in carefully executing the different tasks by improving the speed as well as the fastness in executing various operations with much care and attention. So with this, I end my presentation. If you have any queries or any other suggestions for better improvement, so you can share your valuable questions through my mail ID as well as to my personal contact number. So thank you all.